welcome back. It's been a while since we did a video, and this is just because of the summer season. I was having all kinds of other jobs to do, also a little bit of vacation. So here we are, and today I will try to put this WLED controller that I made in my other video. I will try to put it in the box just because I want to mount it somewhere. Actually, this one should be under the bed in the bedroom, so of course it will not be visible, so I'm not even thinking of printing a 3D case or something like that. I don't have a 3D printer to start with, and it's just too big an investment for me for this kind of DIY projects. It will be under the bed, so nobody will see it. Yeah, I measured all the components, and first of all, these three should fit in the box, so I measured it, and it was 120 per 70 or 80 millimeters, and I found the box, and that should fit everything. But when I got home with it, I didn't think that the box will have all these things inside it, so yeah, I measured the outside of the box, but I didn't take in consideration all these things inside it, and these take away a lot of the space that I would need to make this work. But I'm not giving up. I will try to fit everything in here, and let's hope I will manage to. If not, then probably I will not upload this video. So. And I will get another bigger box. I have some ideas. I have this transparent plastic here, yeah, and I think I will cut a piece out of this and put it just to fit inside right here. Use hot glue just to have a level surface on the bottom of this junction box. And I'm thinking fixing these guys, something like that, and also I will cut off something of these boards, try to fix them here in this position somehow, and I will have one entry and one exit of the cables, and from the cables I think I will use this type of connectors. Yeah, so let's hope I can manage to get everything inside here somehow. So if we are going to my schematics, which you can find in the description, I have the Nodemcu and the level shifter. This is already connected, and all these connections you can see here are made that I have access to them on these clamps here. We have the little power supply, the buck converter here, yeah, and also we have the relay for switching on and off the big power supply, which I don't have to show you now, but it will be here in the end. Yeah, so the logic is just a short explanation. We have the mains, so this is 220 in my case, and here I said we will have a 2 amps fuse, but actually I think we will have a 0.2 amps fuse because it's enough. I measured the consumption, it's about 0.1 amp here on the mains, so I think this is enough for protecting our our circuit. If we have a problem on this power supply or this power supply, this fuse will blow, and this is on the high voltage side. On the low voltage side, I don't know if I want to put here another fuse or not. This will be glass fuses, which supplies the Nodemcu. And another fuse. Now this will be a bigger fuse because I measured, I have about, I don't know if I remember correctly, 9 amps max here for the 6 meters, and I will use a bigger fuse here, and this will be on 5 volts and 9 amps. I think I will put a 10 or maybe a 15 amp fuse here. And this is for supplying the LED strip. I will use a normal car fuse here. This will supply the LED strip. Also from here we can make other connections to inject power at the other end of the strip. Or maybe I will need to inject somewhere in the middle. This is something I don't know at this moment, so probably when everything is done I will see how many voltage injections I need. Okay, and again we have the relay, which will get the signal from D6. Yeah, and then the relay will close the contacts and will give high voltage to this transformer, and this will start the LEDs. Yeah, and this already works. I have tested it, so all that remains is put everything inside this box. Okay, so after a few tries I realized that this board is too big to fit in here, and also the relays and the buck converter, everything would be just too crowded, so I decided to leave this box for another project, where I will build maybe a smaller board for the Nodemcu, or maybe I will use it just as it is, without any board. But for now I want to keep this concept, so I can change the Nodemcu, and I decided to let this box go for another project, and I bought a bigger one. Yes, so in this I will have more space for all the components, and for this one I will redesign something on this board, so it will be a little bit smaller. Also I have another one where I have the level shifter just under the Nodemcu, so the space that it occupies, it will be much smaller. But as these header pins, I have them in a limited number for now, and it takes a long time to get them, so I will use this board as it is with the Nodemcu, level shifter, everything, and I will try to fit them in this box. Okay, finally I didn't use the transparent plastic just because I don't know what kind of plastic it is. If I try cutting it, it will just crack like glass, so very interesting. Anyway, I found this gray one, and this is some kind of sandwich plastic, and it's from a van, from the walls of the van. We took them down because we put something else on there, so I have a lot of this material. It's no problem. It's a double layer material, something like a cardboard, but it's all out of plastic, so I think this should work. Also, as the level sits above these holes, I decided to cut a part of these plastics out. Actually this is some kind of rubber, and I will mount them back into the place, and also maybe use a little bit of super glue just for them not to keep them in there, not to fall out. I think they are standing. They are staying in there by themselves, but just to be safe I will use a little bit of glue, and that's it. I cut the board so in that way that I do not need hot glue under it, so it's staying in there really good just by itself. Okay, so I got a lot of my components here. And what will I use? I decided to mount the Nodemcu on the top of the case. I used a few spacers, yeah, and here is my board. I made 2 4mm holes in the board, and this will have absolutely no influence on the electrics of the circuits, because these dots are not connected anywhere, so all the connections are made with these wires. I put the spacers so I will have some space between the board and the back of the board and the top of the case, so I do not tighten everything here on this plastic. So let's see if we can mount it. Yeah, this seems okay. And I will use here 2 nuts. I do not expect to have any problems with the Wi-Fi signal. I wanted to mount it the other way, but this should be fine. We will see. So this way the wires are not tightened against the case, and we have space between these 2 parts. Okay, so we can now put the Nodemcu back. Yeah, and I hope this is how it will be when it will be finished. Now I just have to figure out and make all these connections in such a way that I can open the box freely anytime. So I will have to leave longer wires between these components. Yeah, and then I also got my fuse holders, the fuses of different amps. Yeah, I have some of these connectors, and also I have the fuse holder, yes, for the 5-volt circuit, and I will use this miniature core fuses just because they take up less space than the 19mm ones. Okay, I also have the power supply here, the big one, and a lot of cables, so I will start making the connections here, and the idea is that this will sit on top of the others, and I have here a lot of space for mounting all the fuses and the clamps for the wires. I also bought this type of Wago clamps. They are not Wago, but yeah, they should be fine, and I want to use this on the 5 volts exit point, so I can have another 2 circuits for power injection if needed. I don't know how will I mount this here, but I have a little hot glue gun, so I think we should be fine. Okay, so we are getting along. I started to run some wires, and I connected the buck converter and also the relay. So the logic is At least I hope it should work this way. We will supply from this side with neutral and live this connector here. These two are bridged like this, so neutral will go to the buck converter, will also come to this part, and will come to this exit. This will go to the big power supply, so it will have neutral also from here. Now the live wire will be connected here from the mains. It will come through the fuse, and these two are connected from the fuse. From the fuse it will come to the buck converter, and also it will come to the relay, to the open contact. And from here, when the relay is energized, it will exit through this connector here and also go to the power supply. So when the relay is not energized, this power supply will be off. Yeah, and this little buck converter will supply our Nodemcu, yes, and also will supply our relay coil. So I think this is it for the high voltage side, and now I will move on to the low voltage. Yeah, I marked here which is which because all the connections are on the other side and I cannot see them. So I measured with a multimeter, and I know this is D4, this is D6, so yeah, D4, not really, because it goes through the level shifter, and actually it's B1, but I marked it D4, so I know that this is the digital out for the LEDs. D6 is for the relays. Yeah, and we have plus 5 volts here for the Nodemcu, and also we have 3 ground connections. This is what I had before, so I didn't remove anything from here. But anyway, it's important to have all grounds connected together. So it's very important. If not all grounds are connected together, the LED strip will behave strange and it will not work correctly. So every ground, the ground of course from 5 volts from here, which is, yeah, V plus minus. So these two are plus, these two are minus. So this ground and this ground and this ground and the ground from the strip, everything needs to be connected together in order to work correctly. Okay, so we got so far. We have I have fixed everything. I also put a little bit of hot glue under the circuit just to hold it a little bit better, but the screw is also holding really good, so they shouldn't move from here. Yes, I fixed this fuse here, and now it's time to come with the 12 volt, the 5 volt rail that will come from the power supply. Okay, so this is the moment of truth. I finished everything. I didn't film it anymore because it's just some connections, and I did forget this wire before, and like I said, all grounds need to be connected together. So this ground comes let's say from this power supply and connects to this power supply's ground. Okay, so everything is connected together. This is the data line, this is the plus, this is the ground, and I already put on the connector for the LED strip. Just for the purpose of this video I used a really long cable for the LEDs, just to see if the data will still show up correctly on the LEDs even on this distance. So I'm a little bit nervous, but let's see what happens. Okay, this way. So everything should be fine. Let's see. And yeah, the biggest question is, can I close the box? First, let's see if it works. Okay, so yeah, I just will pull out my phone's charger. Yeah, and this is the moment of truth. Okay, so I will plug it in now. Let's hope that nothing will explode. Well, it did blink one time, so let's see. Maybe it's off. I remember that I programmed the LED software to be off when power is applied to the Nodemcu. Yeah, I don't want it to light up. So okay, so let's go into the... No, this is not. Just a moment. Okay, let's go into the settings, Wi-Fi. Okay, we see here the WLED. Yeah. Oh, it's connected. Okay, so we will go to the browser, WLED.me. Yes. Okay, so it seems to be fine. Okay, let's see. Let's try to power it on. Well, yeah, the relay clicked. The strip, let's see. So it changes color, everything. So I have to say it's working. Yeah, and when we shut it off, it will cut the power to the big power supply. Okay, now what happened? Well, now something's not okay. Connection failed, so we have no more power here. But why? Yeah, so these kind of things happen. Nah, it's not connected anymore. I think we don't have the AP anymore. Okay, so now it's time for troubleshooting. Yeah, I didn't really... But why? Just why? What could be the problem? Yeah, this fuse is blown and it says 0.2 amps. Something's not adding up, so I think this is 2, or maybe it was 1 amp. I think so. Yeah, not 0.1. Of course. So let's put back a 2 amp fuse. like I used before. Why did I? Okay, so this is the main fuse, and this was 0.2 amps. Yeah, and this one is 0.5 because the buck converter is 750, oh, maybe I think 700 milliamps top, and I put an half an ampere fuse here for the Nodemcu, and the relay should be enough. But I think I miscalculated here something. Never mind, we will measure it to see how much amp is drawing. Okay, so let's put it back in. Yeah, it's working now. So this kind of things do happen. Okay, let's see if it's broadcasting the AP. Yeah, okay, connected. Let's go back. Okay, yeah, and it's working. Well, as you can see, I think there, let's say about 10 meters until the strip. We still have full signal. So if I will turn it on, I don't know if you can see it there, but okay, let's change the color to blue maybe. No? Okay, let's put some effect. Yeah, you can probably see it. Oh, okay, now it's off. Now it's on. Yeah, and it's working from quite a distance, so it's not a problem. The wires are not causing any problems to the Wi-Fi signal, so I would say it's okay. Yeah. There is a guy on YouTube who's using sun-offs. He flashes the sun-off with WLED firmware, and almost everything that is in this box it's replaced by the sun-off. But by the time I found out about that project, I had about 10 Nodemcus, and I also had a relay for another thing I was thinking about. So I think those buck converters were about $2 if I remember correctly, and I didn't use the sun-off, so I made it like this, and this way I can hide all the connections. I can have more power cables coming out for power injection from one place, and yeah, ultimately this is how I did it. You can do it any way you like. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and I hope we did something good in this video. It's not professional. It's a mess, but at least it's a hidden mess in this box, so yeah, at least that. Anyway, this will be not visible when installed, so yeah, it should be fine. Okay guys, thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe. I don't know exactly what we will do in the next video, so yeah, stay tuned. Okay guys, have a nice day. Bye bye.